Hey, it's Ryan, and we are on to day number 5. So many people have asked and they've wondered, why are you doing such an interesting, unique schedule? And the answer is quite simple. Just because I'm curious. I just like to try it. Someday I may want to run or may want to do a triathlon. It doesn't mean that I'm going to want to be a triathlete for the rest of my life, but I do want to have the experience of saying I've done it, I know the experience, and if I want to continue doing it, I can. It's the same thing in this example. I very much am enjoying the experience, enjoying seeing how my body functions, and maybe I'll continue this for the rest of my life. Maybe I won't. So that's the biggest reason, just to try it, just to see what's out there. My day for the past day, on day 4, was a little bit interesting. I had explained yesterday that I was going to be splitting up my night sleep and go to bed at 12:30 and I think like 4:30 to sort of split that up and maybe help me make it through the night. Except there's a little bit of a problem. Again, about 12:45 I went to sleep, and when I woke up at 4:30, I looked at my phone and my alarm was going off, but no noise was coming from it. So I really have no idea what happened there. I skipped my 8:30 a.m. nap, which is probably not a good thing for me to do. I need to keep with my schedule. My 2:30 nap I didn't have until 3:30, just because of some stuff that came up. The good part about that I found out is that about 3 o'clock my body really started, specifically my head, really started telling me you need a nap. And so that's good that my body's adapting to the schedule. And I had church tonight, and after church I had to go to do some stuff at Walmart, and so I actually took a nap in the Walmart parking lot. I laid back the chair in my vehicle, the seat in my vehicle, and I went to sleep. The different part about that, I normally don't lay back and go to sleep, and so whenever I woke up at 9 o'clock, I was in a different phase of sleep than normal, so I've been a little bit groggy since then. It's not been horrible, but other than that, today has been perfectly fine, though I did get 4.5 to 5 total hours of sleep. Alright, the question for today comes from Luke on Twitter, and he says this: are there any medical studies published on these sleeping patterns? What do doctors and medical professionals say about the effects on the body long term and short term? It's a very good question, and I'm not the type to go out and just do something that would put me in immediate danger, so I have looked into it, and the unique answer is that there are very few studies on polyphasic sleep, surprisingly enough. There are studies that they have done where they say, okay, if a person gets 2 hours of sleep and then has a 16-hour workday, then they've done studies and said, yes, you do have negative effects for your health. But they don't have very many studies on someone who takes naps throughout the day to refresh themselves and to pull themselves back into alertness. The study that I'm going to link below is a YouTube video of someone who did go through a polyphasic sleep test that's similar to mine, but it's different. And they say some of the results and some of the observations from it. The guy who actually does the test is he's not against polyphasic sleep. He doesn't necessarily say that you need to do it, but he's not against people doing it for cases, like people in the Army, that they need very little sleep over the course of a long period of time. They need to be able to stay awake. He also says that he doesn't know what the long-term effects are. He doesn't suggest to do it in the long term, but he doesn't know what the long-term effects of a sleeping pattern like this would be. I do know that there's a guy named Steve Pavlina that I've referred to in previous posts that says that it is actually, in the long term, it has helped him, even though he's no longer a polyphasic sleeper. It's helped him to be able to control his body and decide when he wants to go to bed. So hopefully that answers the question. We've got more questions tomorrow, and I'll give you a report on how it went today. Alright, see you then. Bye.